Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 3 Minute Thursdays, where I try to give you some of the most up to date news in the doll hobby. Now, as always, I am your host, Shizusan, and my beautiful assistant is the very lovely Chitose here, who's sporting a new outfit. So, most of you haven't seen Chitose for a while because she is generous for her other sisters and lets them have some screen time in front of the camera. So, now she is back and making a reappearance. So, we missed last week's episode because last week it was the 4th of July weekend here in the United States, so it was a holiday. I was very busy doing a lot of really cool family stuff, so unfortunately I didn't post a video. Now normally I usually post some kind of announcement saying that there won't be a video, but I got pretty busy with a lot of things that was going on and I forgot to post it, so I do apologize to everybody for not letting you know ahead of time. Sorry for that. But there is a lot of information that came out in the last 2 weeks, so this is going to be a very long episode. So make sure you get a nice drink with you, a cup of coffee or something, because we will be talking about a lot of really awesome stuff. So that being said, why don't we just start our countdown? All right, everybody. So like I said before, this is going to be a really long video, so I have a lot of notes. So if I'm looking down, it's because I'm checking my notes. There's a lot of information to give. So let's just get started with it, right? So as always, we're going to do Dolphy Dream news first. So for Volks Japan, so the Volks Japan website has announced that it has its new July outfit collection, which is going to take place this July 13th. Now remember, those are always click wars. So if you're interested in any of those items, make sure you check them out ahead of time on the Volks Japan website to see which items you want before July 13th comes around. Now also from the Volks International website, is if you go on there, if you already created an account and you pre-registered or pre-put in your credit card information so that you can make your purchases there, they have updated their website system. So there has been some kind of errors when you are purchasing things where it's not recognizing your credit card. All you have to do is just go into your account settings, delete the credit card, and add the credit card back again. Should be fine after that. Now, the bigger news, the one I really wanted to talk about, is that Dolphy Dream has announced new dolls coming out for a new collaboration, right? And that is going to be in this picture here of Ram and Rem from ReZero. Now, both girls are going to be on the DDS or Dolphy Dream Sister platform. So if you're interested in any of these girls, let me check the date again. They are going to be released first at the Hometown Dopa Nagoya 7 event. That's going to take place on August 4th. So if you're in Japan attending the event, most likely it will probably be a lottery or first come, first serve or whatever. I've never been to the actual events in Japan, but it's going to be released there first. And then afterwards, we're going to have our normal after event. So it's going to be called the Hometown Dopa Nagoya 7 after event. And that's going to take place on the Volks International website on August 31st. Now, the actual special page for these girls is still down and under construction. So we don't know all the nitty gritty details for them, like price or additional outfits or even the body type or anything like that. We just know it's a Dolphy Dream sister, but it's most likely going to be a F3 version body, but who knows? We just gotta wait till we get more information. Now, in the after event, also, we don't know if it's gonna be a lottery or a click war for the after event on August 31st, so we still just gotta wait for more information on that to come out. But look at these two girls. They're both really beautiful. Now, of course, just to let you guys know, A-Zone did have a version of Ram and Rem that they did release, which is pretty much in the same outfit. So they are going to look somewhat similar, but if you know the differences between A-Zone and Volks, they are actually two different types of doll bodies and two different types of dolls as well, the way that they're made and everything. They're both vinyl, but the structure and everything is slightly different for those dolls. Now, also, the Volks USA website is going to be having its, or does have its summer 2019 event. Now, I mentioned this last time in my video where there's a bunch of like limited edition dolls. Most of them are sold out now. There's quite a few left that are still there and a few secondary outfits that are still there. Remember, this event was from July 1st to July 22nd, so you still have time to purchase things on Volks USA for that event, but do know that most of them are gone. But if you are Sailor Moon fans, Mercury and Mars is still up there, so that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, also, for Volks USA, they're having their Volks News 84 magazine free shipping campaign. Now that campaign started on, what date was it? Oh, July 8th, and it will be ending on July 15th. Now I just checked the website as this video is coming out, or just right before, and they still do have magazines available. So if you're interested in that, make sure you hit them up for a free shipping at the very least. But that wraps up everything for Dolphy Dream news this week. So let's move on to some Smart Doll news. Let me change my my notepad here and make it bigger for Smart Doll news. Okay, so Smart Doll news. A lot of stuff has happened in the past 2 weeks. A lot of announcements. So let's start with the available ones, right? So in this picture here, Dainichu has announced that Courage is now available for purchase on the website. So if you're interested in Courage, she is now there. Now, also Dainichu has announced in this picture here of another new girl, Liberty. So Liberty also is available on the Smart Doll website, so you can also purchase her there. I believe both of them are still available as this video is being put out on YouTube. Now, for the bigger news. Now, this is the big one. Most of you have probably heard already, and we have hinted at it for a couple times, like within the past year, but Dainichu has posted in this picture here that Suzaku Kururugi from Code Geass, the new anime collaboration doll, has been announced, and he looks really, really good. So there's a couple things that I want to mention about Suzaku here. So Suzaku is going to be released at the end of August. Now, if you go onto the Smart Doll website page, you can do the Notify Me button, and one thing that you will notice is that Suzaku has 2 different batches. There's going to be batch 1 and batch 2. The only thing we know is that pre-orders, I'm sorry, I can't speak right now. Pre-orders are going to start the end of August. Now, I don't know if that's for both batches that's going to be taking place, or that's only batch 1 and then there's going to be another pre-order for batch 2. That I don't know. All I know is that you definitely need to hit that Notify Me button if you want a chance at getting Suzaku Kururugi, because as you know, Dainichu will send you the emails first to announce on the release date and time so that you guys can enter into that click war, because unfortunately that is the only way they do it at Smart Doll Land currently. I don't know if that's going to change, but that is the current setup for that. Now, the other thing I want to mention about Suzaku Kururugi is that he is the first ever Smart Doll in a new skin tone. That's right, a new skin tone. So I'm going to post this picture here that Dainichu posted of the girls in the 4 different skin tones. So you have Milk. Well, actually, let's start from the picture that you see here, right? So on the left-hand side, you see Tea. Then next to Tea, on this side, you're going to see the new cinnamon color. And then right next to that on the right-hand side is the milk color. And at the end is going to be the cocoa color. Now, I don't know if you can tell in this picture because it's hard to tell in the photographs, but Dainichu says that in person it's very noticeable. But basically the cinnamon color is in between milk and tea. So it's darker than milk, but lighter than tea, obviously. So I don't know if you could tell from that picture, but that is the difference in the color. He will be the first one released in that color, and the rest of the girls will be released. Well, no, I shouldn't say the rest of the girls, but there will be girls released in the cinnamon color in the future, but Suzaku will be the first one. Now, to go back to this picture here, Suzaku, right? That is another picture of Suzaku, and one thing that I am curious about, because Dainichu did not mention this yet. I don't think he mentioned it at all, really. So we know that from a prior post that Dainichu has made, that Smart Doll anime collaborations going forward are all going to be hybrid cortexes, right? So does this mean that Suzaku is a hybrid cortex, meaning he has a cortex body with vinyl hands and a vinyl head? Or is he a regular, I don't know if I should say regular, but the original anime collaborations were all vinyl, just like all the girls were all vinyl. And the reason why I'm curious about this is because we've been talking about Smart Doll Cortex for a long time now. And one of the things that we talked about is that it's always a girl. I don't think we have ever seen, correct me if I'm wrong, put it in the comment section down below, but I don't think we've ever seen a Smart Doll Cortex male version in construction or in prototype or being talked about. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, there's a lot of information that's come out throughout the years, but I don't think I've seen that. So is this possible that Suzaku Kururugi will be the very first Smart Doll Cortex, let alone hybrid Cortex, to be released for the males? That I don't know. That's what I'm curious about. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm sure Danny Chu will let us know going forward in the future. It's just a question that's been bothering me because I know that he said going forward all the licensed anime collaborations are going to be Hybrid Cortex. I mean, that could be changing because Smart Doll is an ever evolving company, so we just don't know the full details as of yet. As the days or weeks goes by, getting towards that pre-order date in August, we will get more information regarding Suzaku. But I'm super excited about this. I don't have a Smart Doll guy yet. Suzuku might be the first one. He's just really cool. Like I like the character in the show, but not as much as Lelouch. But the way Suzaku came out, he looks really good. He looks really on point. And Lelouch looks really on point too, but I think Suzaku kind of like is a little bit more on point, but I digress. I'm going a little off the rails. So let's keep moving on with the news because I know this video is going to be long. Now, Danny Chu has posted a bunch of other things that are going to be coming out soon. So let's start with those. So in this picture here is a new prototype girl from the post-apocalyptic school era, and he's asking for a name. So usually all these new girls need a name. She's very cute, very lovely. I love her purple eyes. I always give my 2 cents in the name. So I think for this one, what did I think? Oh, this one was Sophia. I think she should be Sophia. She looks like a Sophia. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to tweet it out to Danny Chu or send it on Instagram to Danny Chu, your suggestion for the name, because it just might be picked. Now, this next prototype has got me really excited. So Danny Chu has posted in this picture here of another schoolgirl from the post-apocalyptic era, and she needs a name. Ooh, I don't know what to say about this one. Okay, so she has the twin tails like Haruka, but she's got the same color hair as Chitose. But then her face is kind of Chitose-esque. So I'm wondering, is this Chitose Anniversary Edition or Chitose 2.0? I have no idea, but she is super gorgeous. I'm still more partial to my original Chitose. Yes, I do love you, girl. But this girl is super, super cool, and I'm really excited for her. My name suggestion is because she looks like Chitose. We can't call her Chitose, but I'm thinking Chizuru. Chizuru should be the name for this new girl. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to tweet it out or send it on Instagram to Danny Chu as well. But I'm super excited for her. Now, another prototype that Danny Chu has mentioned in this picture here, she also needs a name, and she looks really cool. You know what's really cool about her? She kind of looks like the newer version of Lara Croft, the Alicia Vikander. I think that's how you say her name. She kind of looks like that. She looks really cool, and she's got that kind of like tough look to her. I really like her. So naming suggestions, right? My personal opinion, I think she looks like a Clarissa. I don't think that runs along the lines of a lot of people. Maybe people don't like that name. I don't know. But I don't know. It just was the first thing that popped in my head when I saw her. So Clarissa, because we can't use Lara Croft unless Danny Chu were to get a license for that, but we don't know any information on that. But she does look like Lara Croft. Let me know what you guys think for a name for her. Put it down in the comment section down below. As well, again, tweet it out to Danny Chu or send it on Instagram. You never know, your naming suggestion might get picked. Now, some more information. Okay, so next up is another prototype doll. So we're going to talk about this here. This is a prototype for Kizuna. Now, this is a more angry looking Kizuna. A couple people online in forums or Instagram or whatever have been kind of like coining her as Badass Kizuna or BA Kizuna. I think she looks really cool. I do like the original Kizuna 2.0 more so than this one, but that doesn't take anything away from this one. I think she still looks really cool, but I can't afford to buy all these smart dolls. So it really depends on what kind of mood you want your smart doll girl to have, because she's definitely Kizuna. It's just a different facial expression. I kind of like the original 2.0 expression more so, because again, if I have to pick between the two, I like that one more. But again, this is a new prototype. So he's going to put up, it's not up yet, but he's going to put up a notify me page for her. And again, the more people that put the notify me in that show interest in her, the more likely she is to be made, because she is in the prototype stages and he wants to know what you guys think. This picture is also controversial in a way, sorta, because Danny Chu has asked in the same picture if you would like, as the consumer, what would you like smart doll to be released with, and he showed a picture of B.A. Kizuna holding a gun. So guns or something like Spike, which he has been talking about a lot lately, so maybe Spike might be happening. Spike with a cigarette. So whether or not smart dolls should be sold with a cigarette or guns or any of that sort, like weaponry or anything like that, he wants to know what you guys think. I can do a whole video on what I think about this, but basically, long story short, there are going to be some people that are for it, and there's going to be some people that are against it. And it's not my company. I don't know what route Danny Chu should take. Some people say he should do what he wants. I'm more of that camp. But there's other people that say it doesn't fit the smart doll image, and I can totally understand what people mean by that. But again, it's not my company. I think no matter what choice Danny Chu makes, whether to make these accessories or not make these accessories, I'm on board with whatever decision he makes, because ultimately, whether or not those are available items, it doesn't really make or break whether or not I like these dolls. I mean, the doll itself is still absolutely gorgeous. If they don't have those accessories, it's not going to make me not want to buy the dolls. If they do have the accessories, because I'm in that camp that likes the idea, it's obviously not going to hurt me, but it won't hurt me either way. But let me know what you guys think. I think it is a pretty good discussion topic. Dare I say controversial a little bit, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Or if you want to see me do a more in-depth video of what I think about this, let me know in the comment section down below. Also tweet out and send on Instagram your thoughts to Danny Chu on this matter. Now, that was a little bit of a loaded gun. So let's move on to some more stuff, because there's a lot more. So, more smart doll prototypes. Danny Chu has posted in this picture here of Kanata Alternate. Now, this is a version of Kanata smiling. Again, it's the same girl. It's not like a 2.0 or a 3.0. It's just different facial expressions, and I really think it's cool that smart doll's taking this route. But again, hit the notify me button. Her page for the notify me page is up on the smart doll website. So do hit the notify button if you're interested in purchasing this girl or you want to see this girl happen. Again, he'll gauge interest depending on how many notify me buttons he gets for that, and whether or not it should be made based on that process of what he sees. So that's really it for all the prototypes in that field. There was a lot of them. So let's move on to some other news. So Danny Chu has posted in this picture here about Smart Doll Cortex. So Danny Chu, as most of you have known, has released some Smart Doll Cortexes to a select few who was able to answer the question about the 3 seashells. Now, a lot of people have been asking me questions either through direct message, through tweets, through Instagram, through YouTube, asking me how much the Smart Doll Cortex costs. Now, most of the time when people have the opportunity to get things early or ahead of time, or luckily enough to be selected or picked, most companies make you sign a waiver. It's called like a non-disclosure agreement, like an NDA, where you can't talk about specifics, namely price is one of them. Danny Chu doesn't do that, actually. He doesn't make us sign anything. He asks the question about the 3 seashells, whether or not you got it right, you were able to purchase the doll, and he kindly asks you, please do not release any information on price. Just refer to the 3 seashells and have people answer the question for the 3 seashells, and whether or not they get picked on that is Danny Chu's choice. So please stop asking me about price. I mean, I can't. I want to respect Danny Chu's wishes. And he runs off of a trust system, as most people will know. So I'm not going to release anything. Just please, 3 seashells, okay? Answer the 3 seashells question to Danny Chu, and you'll get your answer whether or not from there. But I can't, for those of you that have been asking and I haven't replied, like, I can't. So anyways, back to Smart Doll Cortex, okay? So Smart Doll Cortex, for those of them have been getting it, and I said it in my personal video, Smart Doll Cortex, building it is not for everyone. The kits are not for everyone. So some of the individuals that did receive kits were not able to build their kits. Either they failed it, or they broke something, or they just had a really hard time like building it and they couldn't really grasp it. I don't know. All I know is that there's a few of them that weren't able to do so. Now, Danny Chu is, and he shows you from this picture, he's working on some tweaks to make it a little bit simpler, a little bit easier to do. But do remember, he has said it many times, and after I have built my own, I am saying it many times, this kit is awesome to build. I enjoyed it. I really like building things like that anyways, but it is not for everyone. If you've never built a kit before, it doesn't mean that you can't build this one, but it is quite up there on the difficulty scale. So just keep that in mind. You can always buy a Smart Doll Cortex pre-assembled. You don't have to buy the kit versions, but I just want to let you know that the kit versions are not for everybody. It wasn't originally designed for us as consumers to make. So yeah, I mean, that's really all I'm going to say about that. I know I've been rambling. I apologize for that, but there's just so much to say on this topic. Again, if you want me to make a video on this, I will. I'm going to make a video probably beginning of August on my final thoughts and review of Smart Doll Cortex after owning it and taking it around with me everywhere. So I will do that later. But again, Danny Chu just wants to let us know he's making some tweaks to the Smart Doll Cortex to see if he can make it a lot more, I guess, user-friendly when you build it. So let's keep moving on. So Danny Chu has posted in this picture here that there is a new thing on the Smart Doll shop. Not just clothes and apparels, but something called the Turbo Joint. Now the Turbo Joint, I have one here. I actually have quite a few. This is the Turbo Joint. I don't know if you can really see it, but basically it just allows you to stick it onto the stand. And do I have an extra stand? No, I don't have an extra stand with me, but you stick it on the stand or you stick it to the back of the girl and it can move. I don't know if you can see this, like this way or that way. Like you can basically move it, and you can see in the picture there that you can actually attach them like one after the other and make some crazy looking arm thing, which I thought was cool. But the good thing about this is that it makes it pretty cool to do poses with the telescopic stand, because normally you can only do poses where they're just kind of standing up straight, but now you can do some pretty unique poses. If you go to Danny Chu's website for the Turbo Joint, you could see a couple example pictures on how it's used. It's a pretty cool item, and it's not that expensive to purchase. I do highly recommend it if you like posing your dolls in different types of poses. Now, lastly, this is the end. I'm sorry everybody, it's a long video, but this is the end. So Danny Chu has posted in this picture here of new Smart Doll patterns, and this pattern is for the schoolgirl uniform. He can release it now, but he's kind of asking whether or not you want it in English, because currently it's only in Japanese, like the language. Now, you could still use the patterns without being able to read the Japanese, but if you would like to know the little information that's there, he can translate it, but it's going to take a little bit longer to do that and change all the sizing and the vectoring of the pattern sizes to fit the wording in there as well, and it could take longer to get that pattern. So put it down in the comment section down below, or tweet it out or send it to Danny Chu on Instagram, what you think the pattern should be. In Japanese, just keep it that way, or have it converted to English. But that wraps up today's episode of 3 Minute Mega Thursday. I'm going to call it 3 Minute Mega Thursday because there was so much information. Mega Thursday. All right. So as always, I am your host, Shizusan, and my lovely assistant here is the very beautiful Chitose. Remember to please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.
This is our time, this is our life. Sometimes all you need is a smile to get by.